that first we will revise that quadrant method. What we have learned, all silver tea cups. Okay. So here all are positive. Here who is positive? Sine and cosec is positive. Here tan and cot is positive. Here cos and sec is positive. 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, and 2 pi. In terms of radians only, we will have to write a solution. So we'll learn this one. 90 degree means pi by 2, this is pi. Okay. Here, what is it? Suppose any angle, this is x. This is more than 180 or less than 180, second quadrant, less than 180. So this we have to always refer as pi minus x. Okay. And this we have to always refer as what? Pi plus x. Same way here it is 3 pi by 2 minus x and that. So same way here also 2 pi plus x and here you have to remember as 2 pi minus x. They define this quadrant. Okay, so this is all we have to know. Now, yeah, so tan whatever, sine of pi minus x, cosec of pi minus here, this will be tan of pi plus x, cot of pi, like that. So this quadrant method you understood, pi minus x, this is the second quadrant, pi plus x is always a third quadrant, fourth quadrant is 2 pi minus x, first quadrant is 2 pi plus x. Now principal solution means all the values which lie between 0 to 2 pi only between, the answer should lie between 0 to 360, not more than that, whichever answers are there, like 30 plus 90, all everything within this 360. So we'll start with the first problem. Question you write, find principal solution of the following. First problem is given as now. Sine x, sine of which angle is root 3 by 2? Sine 60. 60 means how much? I told you pi by 3. So this we have to write it as sine of pi by 3. Okay. Now we are not writing general solution. So that formula we cannot write now. Okay. Or even if you write that formula, then you'll have to put n and then check. Rather than doing that, now these are principal solution I want. Okay. So principal values will be, first one will have to directly compare. The first value is going to be pi by 3 because sine of 60 is root 3 by 2. This is your only two values we have to write, principal solution. One and one more thing. So we will see where else it is positive. One, already pi by 3 means how much? 60 degree. Which quadrant it belongs to? 60 degrees in which quadrant? First quadrant, no? So you already got the first quadrant value, that x is what? Pi by 3. Now we have to find the second quadrant. So this is positive, correct? What they have given. So sine already is positive in the first quadrant. So we got this answer. One more value in it. Principal value is always 2 we'll have to find. One we got, the other one we have to find. Again, sine is positive in which quadrant again? Second quadrant. Okay, so second quadrant, what you have to refer it as? Which angle? Pi minus x. calculate this. Put the value of pi by 3. X is pi by 3. Cross multiply and see. And that will give you the second value of x. So sine of 3 pi minus pi by 3. So sine of 2 pi by 3. So one is this, one is this. Therefore, two values, pi by 3 and 2 pi by 3. I will repeat again. Sine of x was given as root 3 by 2 and we have to find the principal values. Principal value means one will be always in the first quadrant and then we have to see which other quadrant it is positive or negative based on what they have given. The sign given here right now was plus. So we have to check sine. One value we already got as pi by 3. Now the next value we have to see where else sign is positive. Now we know that here it is negative, here it is negative. Nowhere we cannot take second and third. The only option is second one because sign is positive and second one means always you have to take it as pi minus x less than 180. Second quadrant. So pi minus x. So what is the value of x? You just put it there and then you'll get the next value always like that. So this is how you find a principal value. Don't worry, we'll be solving anyways more problems. So you'll get used to it. Only you have to remember this part. Pi minus x. This is pi plus x. No using fractions and all, nothing, directly. 2 pi plus x, 2 pi. If you know this, you can solve and find any principal value. Take the second one. And find the principal value of this. Now just write 10 of which angle is root 3. This will be 1 mark type problems. So this not necessary, you have to show this calculation. Directly answers also you can check. So 10 of which angle again? 60. 60 means pi by 6. So first value is pi by 3. Now write 10. Which sign is there? Plus sign is there. So 10 is positive in which quadrant? Third quadrant. Third quadrant means so you have to add this. Put the value of x and cross multiply. 3 plus 1 will become 4 pi by 3. So write out two values. One is pi by 3, other one is 4 pi. 2 pi plus x, no, back it will go more than 360, no? Already first quadrant value you got. Anyway, this will not be required also. You can cut it off also because it has to lie between 0 to 360. So the moment you add 2 pi itself is 360. If you are adding one more pi by 3, then it is going more than 360. So all your values have to lie between 0 to 360. Already first quadrant fellow you got. Then goes to got values pi by 3 and 4 pi by. Third one, sec, what you have to do? You can directly write in terms of cos first. Take the reciprocal, it will become easier to find out. Sec x equals to 2. So if nothing is there, you have to take it as upon 1. So cos x will be 1 by 2. Again, 5 by 3, 60. So one value is 5 by 3 in the first quadrant. Cos is positive in which quadrant? Fourth quadrant. So what you have to take? Cos of 2 pi minus x. Calculate. Put a value of x as pi by 3 and calculate. Six. So 5 pi by 3, getting? So your two values are pi by 3 and 5 pi. Fourth one. Now minus. So minus, don't go to take it inside and what's something wrong? Getting different answers. Is there some difficulty? Is it? Because, Now here don't go to take it inside and all. Okay. Directly x value you can tell. What is it? 10 of which angle? Pi by 6 because 10 30. 30 will be. So now one value of your x is pi by 6. Don't go to take minus pi by 6. Why? What will happen? It will go in the fourth quadrant then. These values of your principal values will be always positive. Remember that. You cannot take negative values. Now this is negative. So this is only to indicate, to check which quadrant 10 is negative. Yeah. Now the negative, no? So this will not be your first principal value then. So x right now is pi by 6. Okay. Now you have to check. 10 is negative in two quadrants. Which are the two quadrants? Second and fourth. We cannot take this value. Why? Because it is positive. We want negative ones. So two things we have to find. Tan of second quadrant किती होबाचो? Pi minus x होता and tan of 2 pi minus x. This is for the second quadrant and this is for the fourth quadrant. Only two values, huh? So don't take this as your first value now. Understood? No? Now x anyways, this is negative. X value sadhya pi by 6 are. Now we want negative ones. So we cannot say x as pi by 6 as a first principal value. Why? We want to check where 10 is negative. Last time all positive ones. So here what was there? Cos was positive in first and the fourth quadrant. So first quadrant anyways we had got, and fourth quadrant we found out. Now 10 we cannot take this. Why? Because we want negative ones, but this is a positive value. Understood? And we cannot write minus pi by 6 also. It will go what? Less than 0. Your answers has to lie between 0 to 360. So whenever you say minus 30, that means you're going out of the range. So you cannot take minus as your answers. Clear? So we cannot write minus 30 as my answer by taking this minus inside. So that is why we have to check 10 is negative in second and the fourth part. So these two values you have to. So that is why they are called. Positive was there, then 100%. One was pi by 6, other one was pi plus x. Right. Negative is in second and fourth. So second and fourth quadrant answer should come, not your first and the third one. So one value is how much? 5 pi by 6. And the other one is 11 pi by 6. Yeah? Okay, now same way. Try now the fifth one. Oh, that's what I'm telling you. Cannot take pi by 6 as a principal value. Which quadrant it is? Pi by 6 is which quadrant? First quadrant. Is 10 negative in the first quadrant? So can I take that as my principal value? No. And principal value दोनों आसपास है. You cannot take more than 2. You'll never get principal values more than 2. So दोनों आसपास है. Which ones we want? The negative ones we want. Understood? So that x is only what to substitute here straight up. Again, sine of x. So which angle? Sine of pi by 6, no? 30. So right now your x value is pi by 6. But that is not your principal value. Now sine is negative in third and fourth quadrant. We want negative sign, but this is cannot take first quadrant now. So right, sine of and sine of these two values. That is how we calculate. So you'll get pi plus pi by 6 sine of 7 pi by 6 getting these answers. So this is how we calculate the principal values. Clear? Now only the values can keep on changing. This. So positive, negative, one more example. Yeah, okay, understood now. So this is how we find principal value. Remember only two of them. So either both will be positive quadrants or both will be negative quadrants. One cannot be positive. So we cannot take this. These are the ones. Okay, so with this, we finish the equations part. So we'll start with the next half, that is the complex numbers.